What's up, guys? Just here doing a walk around video of the URS6 Avant. It's 95.5 US spec car. Be posting a ton of pictures, but I wanted to do a walk around video as well, talk about the car some, talk about the condition and what's been done to it. So I'll just sort of talk about things that come to mind as I walk around. It's got the Euro clear corner lenses. It's got fresh headlights. Driver's side is actually brand new, bought it off eBay, new in box. So that's perfect. The passenger side is also replaced, very good condition. It's not brand new, but it is refreshed, so very few stone chips in it. And again, the Euro corner, obviously. The front badge in good shape. Front grille is in very good shape. There is a little, chrome paint peel on the side here, but it's very minor. I replaced the original one with a better one. The peeling there is very common, unfortunately. The under headlight trim is a little bit rock chipped, which is very common. Obviously, first note here is the paint on this car is all original. We have, done a full paint correction. Spent about 10 hours wet sanding and compounding this car, polishing it. So it had a full paint correction, and for 26 years, it's in remarkably good shape. As I told collecting cars, I'd call it a 8 out of 10, given that it's all original and 26 years old with 150,000 miles on it. Some minor dents here in the fender. You can just sort of see it in the light, but if you're just sort of casually walking around the car, you wouldn't even notice it. Let's see what else is worth discussing here. The front grills are all in place. You've got the 2 holes where the US spec front license plate holder goes. Those are just empty. I guess you could lock them off. I've not done anything about that. Passenger side. The passenger side Nemo mirror, as they call it, has a crack in it. But I actually have a brand new replacement in Europa Blue, which I will include with the car. I just haven't gotten around to replacing it yet. The main defect on the passenger side is this trim is just sort of coming off. It's not, it's just sort of peeling off here. I cleaned out behind it. There's always dirt builds up in there. I need to just say re-glue it, I would say would be the right move. We'll replace the piece, but it's just sort of poking out a little bit. Otherwise, everything's in good order here. You can see this front fender area. There's no rust or bubbling of any sort. And everything was cleaned out behind the fenders on this car. Same with the driver's side. So the one rust area on the car is the rear wheel well. Very common. This is where these cars get rust. You can see it's not like it's falling apart. It's just a paint. So it needs to be ground out, filled and painted. And that's really the rust spot on this car. There's some minor, bubbling here on the very corner, another common spot. But that's it. As I mentioned in the write-up that I provide, the entire undercarriage of this car has been gone through, cleaned out. You know, any rust was removed, and you know, the surface was PR15'd. The entire subframe, rear suspension components, all refreshed and cleaned out. At the time, the gas tank appeared to be in very good shape, so I did not replace it. And the front suspension components are all new. Everything is brand new or refurbed by Bennett and part of their suspension system. The rear sway bar is Apical, and also brand new. You can see in here the rear got the Bennett rear larger rotors, and there's an adapter bracket, and the front is 350mm rotors and 18Z calipers, all new. You know, this setup probably has 5,000 miles on it, I would say. These tires are new this season, probably have 500 miles on them, as are the wheels. The roof, no issues up here, everything's in very good order. Antenna has a couple little cracks in the rubber, but it's there, it works. The rear, things worth noting, I did do a wiper delete. You could always add it on back in if you wanted to. Everything's still there. New tailgate struts, those were blown when I bought this car, and it didn't stay up on its own. The rear's in pretty good shape. The carpet could probably use a good steam cleaning, but everything's there. There's no tears or, you know, missing carpeting. You got the 6-disc CD changer in here, still works. The subwoofer in there, sound system, which still sounds great. Under here, you've got the third seat components, which are sort of placed back in. I haven't used the third seat in this car, obviously, because the third seat and spare tire well have become the house of the surge tank. So this is a radium surge tank. It's fed by a fresh Bosch OEM pump in the tank. Feeds into this, it drains back to the tank, and then two Walbro 450 pumps feed the fuel rail. They are, you know, we have one always running when the car's on, and we got one that comes on at 4,000 RPM under boost. And the fuel rail obviously drains back to the surge tank. So the idea is the surge tank is always full, no matter what's going on. There's no sloshing effect that's going to prevent your motor from getting fuel. And all the third row components will be included, so if you did want to use the third row seat, you'd be able to. Passenger side, the VEMS ECU is behind the carpet here. You can just peel back the carpet to access it. That's your port. These are just some wires that are going up to the dump valve wiring. Dump valve control is in here. What else? We got the Black Forest Industries shift boot, shift knob. Did the custom carbon fiber trim. The carbon fiber place actually lost this one trim piece, so I've got another one to include with the car, covered in carbon. but it will be included. The carbon trim is earlier S4, but it was all cracked. I had it refinished, so that's fresh. No cracks. Seats are in great shape. No tears. Leather's in pretty good shape. All the bolstering is good. Everything functions. Power seats all work. Rear seat, pretty clean. You know, I think it's been used, I would say, more than usually you see in an S car. But it's all, you know, no tears, no cracks, nothing like that. We got the boost gauge in vent mount. Vents still function. And everything in this cluster works. This is the Nardo wheel, or Nardi wheel, sorry. And as I mentioned in the listing, in the documents, this wheel does not have an airbag, so I will offer an OEM stock S6 wheel as a replacement in case that's important to you. Anyways, that's the interior. Driver's side seat. No tears. I keep them clean. I condition these seats, I would say, every month at least. Condition and clean.